This morning started like any other. Little did I know, the events which would proceed would set me down a path to greatness. I woke up and, like any good millennial, immediately checked my phone before doing anything else. And what did I find in my inbox? But this. I started an Iron Man 867 game and was trying to reform the HRE. Fighting like 4 wars now and my vassal limit is scuffed. If you can save this, I will legitimately be amazed. Good luck. No salutation, no sign off, just a challenge. He had thrown down the gauntlet. Was I man enough to pick it up? Did I have a choice? Look. If you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted, one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip? Yo, spaghetti, mom, spaghetti, spaghetti, spaghetti.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Hello, Ottawans and Ottawans from around the globe. It is I, your average M&M listener, and today we're taking a look at a save file somebody sent me. Oh, and just looking at it, it looks just gnarly. So to kind of give this video some structure, I'm first gonna go over the current situation and how you found yourself here. I'm gonna try and note all of the common mistakes and things you're doing wrong. I'll also mention things I see you're doing right as well, and then things people should be doing. And then once we finish tearing you down, we'll go ahead and start building you up. I want anybody watching this video to walk away with a few things. 1, to understand the common mistakes people make. 2, to know how to fix and prevent them so you don't have a complete absolute shit show.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
And 3, I hope to get at least 1 or 2 good chuckles out of you.
Ha ha ha.
If I can do that, I'm a happy boy. Okay, so you're in 3 wars here. This first one's at minus 97. I gotta be honest, minus 97, I don't think I can come back from that. And taking a look at the second one.
Oh my god.
What's this guy at? This guy's at 10,000. These guys all want independence, so we can definitely save this one. Now, these people over here.
Hello.
2,300 guys. Probably was doable, but look, they're sieging this place, and that's their war target. Oh, and this one we're only an ally, so I don't even care if this one goes down. Let's take a look at your resources. You only have 2,050 soldiers out of a possible 7,000. Looks like all of your men-at-arms have been decimated and the only dudes you have left are levies. That is rough. Levies are absolutely the worst. You pretty much never want to be fighting with them. You only want to be fighting with men-at-arms. Your piety is pretty good. That's actually in good shape. Your prestige, also in good shape. You love to see it. Monthly income. Here's the problem. We're at minus 5.2 and the only thing we have raised are like 2,000 levies. That's not good. You're also in the hole 267 gold. That's even worse. Now, being in debt is actually a huge detriment for you for more than one reason. To start, if you get into any battles while you're in debt, you take a combat modifier negative. So basically, if you go into a battle and you're in debt, you're already starting at a disadvantage. 2, your troops do not resupply as fast while you're in debt. Realistically, with the state of your gold right now, your army is going to be absolutely tragic. And taking a look, you're at stress level 1 of 3, which actually isn't terrible because if we look at your lifestyle, you've gone down the Vicarious tree, which is my favorite. So all these things are going to be helping your gold income. Here we can demand payments for hooks. Here we can extort our subjects for gold. You have War Profiteer, which is going to give you a 10% boost to your gold income while at war. And finally, you have Golden Aplomb, giving you a plus 10% boost per level of stress. So if you take a look here, you can see Golden Aplomb is 10% compounding on War Profiteer. This is some good stuff. You went down the domain focus, which is an interesting choice considering you only have 5 of 9 holdings filled out. You would probably have been better off to go down the wealth focus because you're not already maxing out your domains. The question you have to ask yourself when choosing between the wealth focus and the domain focus is, are my domains maxed out? If the answer is yes, or you're currently over your domain holding limit, then you definitely go down the domain focus or you pick up more domains. If the answer is no, you're super far away from it and you can't get your hands on the holdings right away, well then I would recommend going down the wealth focus for the time being. So on the whole, a lot of these things you're doing are not bad. Let me take a peek at your notifications and see if there's anything you've missed here. You are in debt. No shit, Sherlock. We can call our allies to war. Okay, that's good to know. What the fuck? We can ask our head of faith for gold. Okay, beautiful. That's gonna put you out of this gold deficit. Titles can be created. Look at all these titles. I'm not sure if you're one of those people that's like, oh, on my succession, I'm gonna lose all these titles. I might as well destroy them now. Or you just never had the gold to actually be able to build these.
Poor.
You always want to be making your titles as soon as possible. And never destroy titles. There's other ways to manage your succession. Anyways, this is also contributing to why your vassals don't like you and are rebelling against you. You're taking a negative penalty if you have a vassal that belongs to one of these titles and you don't have it created. Let's look at an example. So let's take a look at the Duchy of Amelia. Why doesn't this guy like us? Well, see here, we're not his rightful liege at -5%. So you build that duchy, that goes away. And we can ransom this duke. Now, this brings me to my very next point. You're not maxing out your holdings here. Taking a look at your actual titles, you only hold one duchy, the Duchy of Orleans. You only hold one county within this duchy. Ideally, you want to hold as many counties within the duchy you hold. And this holding's not so bad. You are making some tax from it, and there are some buildings built. Good job. But if I look at your other holdings, they are absolutely piss poor. There's no buildings in these, and thus you're not making tax. This is probably your biggest issue right now. And I see this in a ton of newer players. It's such a common mistake, but don't worry, I'll explain exactly how to fix this later on. I would highly recommend, instead of ransoming this boy off right away, what we'll do is we'll just revoke his titles. We can do that because he's a criminal. Okay, so that's gonna put you at 8 of 9. So now I have to address your next biggest problem, which is your income. Oh my days, look at this. You're 31 vassals above your vassal limit. No wonder people hate you. For every vassal above the vassal limit, -5% is imposed on vassal taxes up to 95%. Yikes. Now, I know sometimes you can get modifiers in the form of like artifacts. I don't know if you have any. You have a lot of artifacts. Oh, vassal limit +6. Okay, so here you go. Vassal limit +8. Okay, let's apply that one. Just from that, you're gonna notice we went from -1 gold to +1 gold. Okay, I'm gonna crank down our gold income. I don't really care about my court grandeur for now. Let's apply that. That'll give us a little bit more gold per month. Okay, so we got the $402 from St. Matthew's tax refund. So to increase your gold per month, I'm also going to extort my subjects and sell trivial titles. All right, so for an act of tyranny, we'll take 415 gold. You'll love to see it. Now that most of the admin stuff is done, now I wanna move on to the next part of the video, which is actually addressing and dealing with your wars. So we have to focus on this 10K war. We've got 4,000 guys to fight 10,000. So how are we gonna do this? Well, I'll show you. I'm going to disband my troops. I know, you're gonna say, oh, he's a mad lad. He's disbanding his troops to beat a 10K stack. Don't worry, there's a method to my madness. The next thing I'm gonna do is come over to my player heir over here. Let's find him a good marriage based on alliance power. Foreign ruler, she's got 1,700 troops. Let's link them up.
Hey, Vsauce.
Let's take a look at my other kids. So this kid's married to this guy with 216 soldiers. So let's go ahead and break that betrothal. And we'll find a good marriage based on alliance power for her. A neighboring ruler, he's got 2,000 dudes. Let's lock him in. Next, let's take a look at my other daughter. Okay, so yeah, we can break this betrothal as well.
Skip it up.
And let's find a good alliance power for them.
Eventually.
Okay, so this guy's got 10,000 dudes. It's the Dissolution War. So we gotta make sure that we're inviting our newfound allies. Here's what I'm gonna do now. I'm actually going to declare another war down here against these Ashari Muslim dudes. Because if I wanted to hire my holy order, couldn't do it, couldn't make it happen. Well, that's the thing about Catholics. They don't want to be involved in your war if you're killing other Catholics. Unless it's the Fourth Crusade. Or if you have a war against some heathens going.
Hello, how are you?
We'll declare war against them, and now we have access to our actual holy order. So I'm gonna raise my boys over here. Then I'm gonna hire the holy order. Okay, so we'll wind up losing this war and this war. There's no way I could have fixed either of those.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Okay, so we'll take a fat L on this one. No biggie. So now you're gonna note a little time's passed and we've hit 8,000 guys. You couldn't get this before because, well, your gold income was absolutely tragic. So I fixed your gold income, resupplied your troops, and now you're at 8,000 dudes, plus your holy order, plus your allies. You're ready to do some killing.
Here I go killing again.
So we have about 8,000 dudes. Our allies are here with like 1.5K a piece, which is kind of nice. So let's link up the boys and actually go take care of this huge stack over here. Oh, and easy as you like. What the hell, bro? We got a valuable hostage in the first battle. Hell yeah, dude. All right, let's enforce these demands. That's a big dub on the Dissolution War, actually. And there's another Dissolution War on the rise, but they're all in my prison. So I can just go ahead and yoink all their titles. Okay, so I guess in losing that first independence war, we lost our crown authority, I guess, which is kind of rough because we can't really revoke titles, but I can still ransom people off. So I'm gonna do that for all the vassals in my prison and just boost my gold income. Right now, all I care about is having massive amounts of gold, and that's going to pretty much save your entire game. Okay, so the next thing we have to fix is your vassal limit, which will affect your gold income. So I'm actually gonna flip over to the diplomacy tree now and pick up ducal conquest, because this reduces your title creation cost by 20%. Now all we really need to do is take care of these Muslim dudes down here. So all we gotta do is sit here, resupply, just hang out with the boys, have a couple beers, wait for that to take over. Oh, what? EA Sports? What happened there? Tell me that wasn't some FIFA 32 level bullshit right there.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
But let's just kill these guys. That'll give us 100%.
Yoink.
Okay, so now we've got 2,411 gold. We're making 21 gold per month. The only real problem is you're above your vassal limit by 8. So what I'm gonna do actually is go about creating some of the duchies like Nesturia over here or Allure. Some places where you have like, look, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vassals. At 162 gold, you have quite easily 10 duchies that need to be created here. So at 162 gold a pop, that's 1,620 gold. Minus 20% from ducal conquest, so that's what? Probably like 320 something gold, maybe? The other thing I'm gonna do in the meantime is, I know you wanted to restore the Holy Roman Empire, and for that you need a strong hook or a weak hook on the Pope. Well, I think one of the best ways to get hooks like that is to just try and find secrets and hope you get lucky. Looks like we had another son, and a genius it is! Finally, we got a new perk for diplomacy. I'm gonna grab a ducal conquest. I'm going to buy all of these titles. Now I'm gonna dole out the duchy titles and then come back when that's all done. We can reset our perks. Now, the only reason I'm going to do that is, although I love all the perks in this first tree, getting Architect would also reduce our construction costs in buildings by 10%.
2 very boring minutes later.
So now I'm just going to address the biggest problem in your whole game. You didn't have any buildings in your holdings. That's straight up it. The more buildings you build, the more gold you get. The more gold you get, the more men-at-arms you can afford. The more men-at-arms you can afford, the more territory you can take. Understand that, you're gonna kill it. So now with our gold, I'm just gonna beef up some of my holdings where we're getting like farms and fields and pastures. Anything that's just gonna increase our gold income, I'm gonna buy it.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
The other thing I'm gonna do is come over to my court positions over here and just make sure we are hiring Royal Architect to reduce building construction time. Finally, I'm gonna go to Intrigue and pick up the Skullduggery focus. And I'm gonna try and pick up the Truth is Relative, allowing us to fabricate hooks on people.
Yeah, boy.
So in order to form the HRE, you need a hook on the Pope, right? So I'm using the Truth is Relative to fabricate a hook on this Pope. And the scheme's almost done, but we only have a 30% chance. So if this doesn't work, I'm just gonna have to keep trying and trying and trying until I get it. We're just gonna give it a shot at 30%. Oh, I can get a weak hook on him for 185. And with that, we can restore the Holy Roman Empire. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and form the HRE here.
Press start to play.
You are now known as the Great, and the Great I am. So, yeah, I guess while I'm just chilling, I'm going to declare war against these boys up here and just kind of take their duchies from them because they declared war against me before. And now it's time for me to return the favor.
Here's Johnny.
And in taking the one and only holding this guy has, we can go ahead and enforce our demands down here. And our son comes of age. He only gets Thrifty Clerk, which is kind of a weak pull, but he's got 22 stewardship, so he's gonna be pretty sick, not gonna lie. We gotta find him a good wife. Ooh, there's an Amazonian woman here. Okay, and we'll just do another round of investments. And as always, when we need more gold, we can always extort our subjects. Actually, this should be on cooldown. You should be doing this pretty much all the time. It's just free gold. So it looks like I can declare war against this guy down here who broke free before. So let's do that.
Many months later.
And 100% war score, we can enforce these bad boys. Beautiful. So we can also found a holy order because we have enough piety and enough gold. I'm 1000% gonna do this. Holy orders are phenomenal. They will rent out your land and your holding from you, giving you gold. You can use them to fight other people like we did today. In terms of your innovations, looks like you're doing quite poorly. I'm gonna make sure we're working on battlements so that we can upgrade our fortifications and our holdings. Oh, it looks like Bavaria broke up into a bunch of different independent states. Now we can vassalize a lot of these guys. I'm also gonna quick and dirty fabricate a claim on the gold mine down here. Okay, so we've got a claim down here in Cagliari. It'll be super easy. All we gotta do is drop our boys down. And I'm also gonna take a look at my succession before we die. So right now it's split between Prince Ludwig here, who's actually kind of sick with diligent, stubborn, thrifty cleric, and he's a genius, and Prince John, who's sadistic, wrathful, and content. I think it's pretty safe to say that we can get rid of this guy. We can actually ask him to take the vows, and he'll do that 100%. And beautiful. So we got 100% in our war score down here. We can go ahead and enforce the demands. Now, this is going to be our holding, and it's going to be generating a ton of gold for us eventually. So once I'm finished investing in all these holdings and just maxing out everywhere, I'm going to dump this into my men-at-arms, make sure they're all maxed out. Anyways, I guess that's pretty much it. We've formed the Holy Roman Empire. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. You're now making 40 gold per month. You're on your way to maxing out your court grandeur. A lot of things you were doing right, but a lot of things that we could just do a little bit better to kind of make sure we're managing ourselves. I think your biggest thing is you didn't have any buildings anywhere, and that was probably your biggest problem. You expanded impressively fast. Like it's only been 89 years from the start of the game, and you got to this size. So I'm actually super impressed with that. I would say pick one duchy as your like main duchy, build all the buildings you can, like make sure that even with your armies raised, you're still making money. Look, if I were to just take all your armies here, but we're only at minus 0.5, which is really good, right? Realistically, you'll never need all these dudes. You're just gonna need your men-at-arms. So before we end the video, I actually sent him back this save file, and then while the video was being edited, he played it and then sent it back to me. So I just want to update you as to where he's at, and it's pretty impressive, man. He pushed all the way down here into Egypt. He took the entire Byzantine Empire. He's just missing kind of Bulgaria up here. In terms of his gold per month, he's making 60 gold per month, which is pretty good. If you take a look at his holdings, he picked up Constantinople. He's also got Rome making 11 gold per month. Cagliari's making 10 gold per month, and it's maxed out. I think we set him up for success, and he's done a phenomenal job with it. Okay, I'll cut back to the main video. I hope you enjoy. I'm gonna send this back to you. I hope you play it out. I'd love to see what you did with it. Thank you for sending me your Save My Disaster right here. And if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
The Ottawa Welshman is CK3, man, I'm the king of this land. If you want renown, well, I got it. The way I run my house, you know you want it. Got 1,000 sons, all named John. They probably don't know that their cousin is the mom. Tutorials played through, speed runs the win. No challenge too great for the Ottawa Welshman.